Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode on Udoka's Takes. And today we are going to be talking about what the strong NBA teams need to push them one step higher than the other teams. Obviously, from the day of recording this, the NBA reserves for the All-Star game just came out. Um, a few a few players might have been a little undeserved in there. A few players that were snubbed out like big stars. You got Booker, Trey Young, Sabonis, and others. But we're gonna go sidetrack and we're gonna get back on topic with what's at hand. What strong NBA teams need to get either for some teams back to the finals or for some teams to get to the finals for the first time in some years. So the people we got today, we got Jordan, Malik, Michael, Sean, and Leroy all returning on the channel. And we just gonna dive straight into it. So how's everybody feeling right now?
Doing good, man. You know what I'm
Feeling
saying?
good, man.
No
When's
way.
the All-Star game?
March 8th, I think.
Okay.
So we're gonna go start with the defending champions, the LA Lakers. Obviously, we know they beat my guys, the Miami Heat, in 6 games, 4-2. I have my biased opinions on that, but I'm not going to talk about that because we could be here for a long time. Obviously, as we know, the second best player in the league, Anthony Davis, is injured for a good 4 weeks. And since he's been injured, the Lakers have gone, what, 1-4? And they're on a 3-game losing streak from the time recording this, just losing to the Wizards in overtime last night. So, and also this offseason, they let go of two players that if you look at the stat sheet, it's like, okay, they didn't really do me anything. But now that they're gone, when you see how their overall presence is missed, and those two players being JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard, they're big centers, they're interior centers, and obviously no AD. So your best rim protector is like a 6'8", 6'9" Harold, who not saying it's all his fault, but only one man can do so little and so much. So I think the Lakers' main need is to get AD back whenever he can get back as soon as possible, because the second best player in the league needs LeBron, and LeBron needs him. They ain't going nowhere without him. But also, as we know, DeMarcus Cousins just got cut. Not cut, but he got waived by the Houston Rockets yesterday. So a potential reunion with Cousins in LA, could that be on the table?
Of course it can. And that's what really the Lakers really need. They need somebody to be in place of AD. I'm not saying Cousins is that guy that's going to be replacing AD in the sense of probably as far as skill wise goes, but they need something because it's not looking good. They just lost to the Wizards. They just lost to the Heat, and they're just not looking good right now without AD. So if you can get that, then that's perfect for you.
True big man.
I
For
feel
real.
like
Marquise Harris, he's a good player, but he's only like what 6'7", 6'8". He's going to get body by. He's a small center, so there's obviously centers in the league. Clippers, Nets have they're way taller. So I say DeMarcus.
they need
So
leadership. Like not leadership. Like they need championship experience. What they need, bro. They lost all of their championship experience. Like, bro, that roster was built to win titles. Like, look at it: Avery Bradley, Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, Danny Green. Who else? Every player that they lost, Rondo. Every player that they lost won a championship by himself or made it there by themselves at the prime of their career. Like, bro, now they have bums. Like Marc Gasol, he was a role player on the team. Um, what's his name? Kuzma, inconsistent. Anthony Davis, he's also inconsistent this season. He doesn't even deserve to be an all-star because he's not better than some people in the Western Conference.
agree.
That team is missing so many like of their guys. So now they're relying on LeBron to do most of the work. and all the other guys are like semi role players. They're not good enough. Like especially Schroeder. Like Schroeder, he doesn't know what he's doing in like playoff situations. You know what I mean? Like when they get there, they're not gonna win a lot of games.
I mean, Schroeder has playoff experience back in his Atlanta days. Now that Atlanta team could have won a chip, but a bad man named LeBron James still lived in the Eastern Conference, so he ain't gonna go nowhere.
They need to trade for DeRozan. That's what they need to trade for. They need a third star.
But
Like,
that's gonna destroy the spacing. I feel like as though I think that's how the Lakers even won the finals.
I gotta stop you right there. The Lakers don't know what spacing is because they have bums shooting threes. You agree, but like Miami game, Wesley Matthews shot that one shot. I don't know what that was. Still have plenty of time on the clock, but he just decides, let me put it up. Then Caruso, I can't blame him because it's like 0.5 seconds when he shot that. We have to hurry that. And plus, Jimmy's in his face. So I can't really blame him. But they don't have a shooter. Like when they played the Nets and that little joke Kyrie made, low key, he was telling you the truth. If LeBron is your best free throw shooter and knowing he's a pretty inconsistent free throw shooter, that's a problem. So
bro, they just need another
scorer.
What
spacing is without a true shooter.
So if we don't have a true shooter, then who is Contavious Caldwell Pope?
Bro, if you don't get out of here with that, bro.
So he's a good shooter.
Everything that Udoka has been saying is facts.
So you can, 11 points
you
and
cannot
like 3 for 11 is a good shooter.
So we're gonna define someone shooting off one game.
Bro, he's not good, bro.
You're a Lakers fan. I think you should know.
I'm telling you, as a Lakers fan, KCP is a crucial shooter. I think he shoots.
Not.
But he's not good enough.
How's he not?
Put me out there. Put me out there, and I'll hit 5 in a row on me.
Bro, the only reason why KCP decided he wanted to shoot in the playoffs is because his name got brought up in trade rumors. If they didn't mention them trade rumors, Mans would not have shot that well. And
he still only scored like 15 or less, so I mean, it's not nothing special. Not to me.
Okay, so I just double checked. KCP is shooting 42% from the 3-point. How is that bad?
Okay, Sean. So let's bring up the Nets game. You hate to talk about that. The Nets, who have quote unquote zero defense. We have no defense at all. The Lakers shot 8 for 30 from 3. 8 for 30, but they have tremendous shooters.
I never said we have tremendous shooters. I said,
and you see now,
and KCP. You
see now the effect that the Veil and the White had on the team.
Well, I'm not gonna define our skills off one game. We played bad, we lost. I accept that, but not everyone on our team is a bum. What could we use? We need a big with defense because Gasol is not cutting it.
No,
I cannot tell you how many times I have seen Gasol get dipped on a pick and roll. As a big man, he should know how to play a pick and roll because that's a crucial thing you have to know how to do, especially when a guard like a James Harden or Kyrie Irving is coming off the screen. You need to know how to guard that. And Montrezl Harrell is not the best rim protector. So I think all we need is maybe another big. Now, Boogie, he's a free agent. I think Drummond's not going to be with the Cavs much longer. So I think targeting one of them will help our chances of winning. And then when AD comes back, we can get him, factor him into the rotation, get him going slow at first because we don't want him to further hurt his Achilles because I would just cry as a Lakers fan. But I think all we need is a bigger defense. Maybe another guard that can shoot and put up some points on the board. But I think Dennis Schroeder has showed us that he can be that go-to starting point guard for the Lakers. That's about it.
So I'm not going to lie to you. You said KCP is a good shooter. In his last 10 games, only 3 of those games has he shot above 50%. So what makes of a good shooter is that to you?
You know what a good shooting percentage is in basketball?
So is 3 for 11 good?
Okay. If we're going off one game, the KCP.
Okay, then let him name another stat.
3 for 11 against Minnesota. 2 days later, 3 for 8 against Brooklyn. 8 for 15 against Washington. That's not bad.
8 for 15 is good. That's over 50%.
He don't even shoot the ball much. If he's a good shooter, why doesn't he shoot the ball that much?
I
Especially
don't,
knowing AD's
bro.
not playing.
And now is more than ever for him to get touches since AD's out the game. So
Okay, so he's a bad shooter because he went 3 for 11 and 3 for 8 in 2 games.
Bro.
Yes.
That
I'll
team
give
is
you
just
that. I'll give you
filled
that.
with good role players. Like,
I
bro,
will give you
outside of Braun and AD, team has no talent besides Kuz. Like, bro, that team is just a bunch of old washed people playing basketball. Like, I don't get it. That
So
team,
Dennis
bro, they
Schroeder
just
is a
need
talent.
We're not
talent,
going
bro.
right now.
They need extra talent. Like, bro, if they go into another final series without all of their championship veterans, they will lose. I promise you that. They will not win.
Even so, I just seen it on the NBA Instagram page. Have y'all ever heard of Bruce Brown before? Do y'all know who that is?
Yeah, he's a defender.
Never heard of bro before. Man's dropped 29 points today against the Kings.
I didn't even know Bruce Brown could score. My fault.
I didn't know either.
He is not a scorer, but I watched the Nets games. He is a dog. He
So
is a
now
dog. All
we
his,
are going-
his defensive presence is important.
We are gonna transition from the reigning champions, the LA Lakers, over to the East Coast, New York, Brooklyn, the Brooklyn Nets. Obviously, I just said Bruce Brown, 29 points, career high. Congratulations, good for you. Good win. Immaculate win streak at the moment for Brooklyn. Now, obviously, it's fair to say, or maybe not fair to say, but the Nets have at least 2 top 10 players, maybe 3, depending on how you like to say your top 10, but at least 2 in KD automatic, Harden, in my opinion, automatic, like top 7-ish. Kyrie is a question mark depending on who people like over who. Offensively, immaculate. I don't see a flaw on that offense. They can all score. They can all shoot. At least the people you need to can all do practically everything you need for them to do on offense. But that's only half of basketball. You need defense. Now, there are a lot of centers on the trade block trying to get out of from wherever they are. We got Drummond. You got Boogie. Who else? I don't know. But centers need new homes. Give centers love. So I think if the Nets can upgrade from DeAndre Jordan, because he's not gonna cut it for a whole year. If they can upgrade from him, I think they're straight going to the finals. I don't see a team in the East that can compete with them offensively at all, not even close. A team in the league rather that can compete with them when they're all playing good. But defensively is where they're weakened. So if you can like hit the nail in the coffin, you can still have a chance to compete with them because of that defensive liability and the lack of rim protectors, also like the Lakers have.
As long as DeAndre Jordan's on that team, they're not doing anything.
Right. So that's why I'm saying get Boogie, get Drummond, get at least one of them, and you're straight.
okay.
I think that there's only one flaw that the whole team has overall. There's only one flaw that we have. All we need is interior defense. Now y'all saying Drummond.
So I think what this win streak has taught me, or taught the whole league rather, is that if you can improve your defense with a stacked offensive team, with a stacked mainly offensive team, then you don't need like a lot of defense, but like you still need it. Basically, what I'm saying is, at the beginning of this, at the beginning of the season when they first started playing, they were like what 30 in defense. Now they're
24th
to 24th in the league. Okay, so I feel like maybe they don't need defense, because if they have improved their defense that much over the course of the season, and still has that offensive power in the league, like Udoka said, one of the best offense in the league, no one can compare, then they don't need it. They don't need defense as much as they needed it in the beginning of the season.
Bro, in a 7-game series, which they're gonna have to play a couple times, defense is very necessary. Like it's like actually the most important component. Every team that has gone to a 7-game series has shown some kind of defensive potential. That's actually where defense matters the most. And I'm saying right now.
But has every team had Harden, KD, and Kyrie on the same team?
But do you know how hard, you know how dumb it is for you to be scoring 140 points a game and your opponents are scoring 130 points a game? Like, bro, that shouldn't be happening. You you shouldn't have to you shouldn't really have to okay. There shouldn't be a game where you have to score as 120 plus for you to win a game. That's what they have to do.
But that's not a problem, though. That's not a problem.
Exactly.
That's not.
Well, it's not a problem until you face good defensive teams.
That's not an issue, though.
If they play a good defensive team, if they play an elite defensive team, they will lose. You know why they'll lose?
They played the elite defensive team, the Clippers, and you see what they did.
Nah, not gonna hold you. They got bailed out on the last play of the game.
Exactly,
That was
bro.
a foul
Because
on
last
Harden.
time I checked, that was an offensive foul.
You need to rewatch that.
Like, bro,
Okay.
It was a
Come
clear
on
foul
now.
on Harden. They got bailed out.
Okay. So
They even played
let's
the
say,
number
let's say,
one
let's
defense of the
say,
Lakers.
let's say,
without
let's
AD,
say,
without AD, that's.
let's say that Harden gets called for the offensive foul and Kawhi hit some free throws. We lost to the Clippers. What did y'all say? Top 3 defense? Top 3
I don't mean to
defense?
interrupt you, but unlike LeBron, Kawhi will make both free throws when needed in the clutch.
Shut up.
So y'all were saying if that's an offense, if that's a defensive foul on Harden, Kawhi hits some free throws, wins the game. We without Kevin Durant and Spencer Dinwiddie, we just took a top 3 defense and lost by 3 points.
No, it goes to overtime. He makes both.
So we go to overtime, so we could potentially win. Like, bro, we don't have KD.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Without KD on the lineup. By the way, did I mention that? You get what I'm saying?
You have a valid point.
And then the Lakers, don't they have Bron and Mark and Harold? Aren't they supposed to torch us?
Harold is bad, bro. I said this in the beginning.
Offensively. If DeAndre Jordan is not going to cut it for the rest of the season, what he's doing right now looks like it's going to cut it. But can he stay consistent? That's the question.
No, he's saying that. He's saying that because of their offensive superpowers. I get that. But let's say, God forbid, one of them misses a series. You're gonna you would want to have that upgrade.
That is very true.
If you sign Cousins and then trade DeAndre Jordan, I don't know who they want for
I'd rather get Drummond though, to be honest. I think Drummond is a better rebounder.
We need both.
Yeah, he's a rebounder.
We do not need both.
They can get both. They actually could. I think they got enough.
Get both, but we don't need both.
Bro, you need as much interior presence as possible to
Honestly,
win games.
if they just had Drummond, they're winning a chip.
Okay.
Easily.
Okay. So
Kizzy.
So say we have to give up bench for both. What are y'all gonna say?
No, they'll win by.
Are we gonna have no bench?
That's not about win alone.
Y'all not gonna have a strong bench without Dinwiddie.
Our bench is very strong. Our bench.
If you sign one of them, you're gonna kill it even more than you already have.
I feel like I feel like we can just trade probably Reggie Perry and probably one more player. I don't care.
Jordan.
Nah, why would you give up your only slight?
I'd rather not trade DeAndre Jordan, but if we have to trade DeAndre Jordan, we can do that.
Bro, why isn't Noah Pell starting?
Oh, I mean, we can if we get another center like Drummond or Cousins. DeAndre's not starting.
Bro,
at all.
I don't get why DeAndre was starting when Jared Allen was on the team.
I know that.
Because if DeAndre does not start, then that's just that's like a secret weapon. Because then you let's say DeMarcus is tired, you put DeAndre in, and then y'all have interior defense again.
Okay, you know but y'all are making it seem like our defense as a whole is terrible. Our defense as a whole is not terrible.
It's not terrible, but it's not good
at all. You have mediocre perimeter defenders. Bruce Brown's your best perimeter defender. Kyrie, he's pretty bad. Not bad, but he's not good.
So Bruce Brown is a mediocre defender.
No, he's a good one. I said he was good. Everybody else is mediocre.
Okay.
You guys forget about KD. KD can defend when he wants. Let's be honest. KD
is a very good defender.
I agree with Malik on that one. You
But
He has
forget
to
that
guard
kid.
everybody's
be
best player.
honest. Let's be honest. If you have the other team's best player, let's say it's Curry, and you don't double him, you just go 1-on-1. Who is strapping him up?
Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody.
Let Curry get 30. Who else is gonna score?
Clay.
He's hurt.
Well,
Clay.
my bad. Oh,
Clay
you
is
talking about
injured,
this?
dog.
You talking about not? Oh, my. You
Right
talking about
now,
this season?
right
Or
now.
not? Oh, right
Right
now.
now.
Never mind. Nobody. Nobody.
Who else
You'll
is
be
going to
lucky.
put the
My
ball in
man
the hole?
Draymond dropping 50 on y'all niggas.
Draymond don't even know how
Draymond
to drop
can't even
10.
make a mini. He has no offensive game. He's just a
Right,
dog.
The second highest scorer on the Warriors is Wiggins on a good night. He
Wiggins is
dropped like
Wiggins
what,
on a
15?
good night.
Yeah, Curry is it's Golden State Curry. It's not Golden State. They're not Warriors. It's just Curry at the point. They're so terrible. And if they got like a good player that can score
Giannis.
behind.
No, I don't
Shut
care
up.
who they get.
Giannis.
They
That's so
need
bad.
any
Do you want to
superstar.
watch good basketball?
You still have
Yes.
the Nets big three. You still have them. You
So
still
you're
have
telling me
the
you would
best
want
and the
Giannis
second
to
best
go to
player in the
Golden
league on
State?
the Lakers. So
You're
it's still
You have
telling
the
me
them.
best
Doesn't matter
exterior
who the
score and the
Warriors
best
get.
interior score. That's so bad.
You're
That's like
telling me
evil.
you would want to see Curry, Giannis, and Clay
That would
on
be
a
tough.
one
Curry and
team.
Curry and Giannis alone are the best offensive duo. I don't want to
Udoka
hear it,
is
bro.
clutch.
Right.
Oh my
Right.
god.
So
My
LeBron and
bad. Oh
I
my
would not watch
god.
basketball that season. Like, come on,
Oh
dog.
my
Bro, nobody's
god.
touching that team at all.
And then here's another thing. We never said this. The Cavs don't need another big. They have too many. So what some other team is gonna have to pop up into these trades. Because I'm gonna just say an example. I know this probably won't happen, but I'm gonna just use this example. Miami, Boston, and the Cavs. Let's say Drummond goes to the Celtics. Then the Celtics give like thighs or whatever to Miami.
No,
The Cavs don't need another big. You know what I mean?
I
So a third
refuse.
team has to be there that needs a big.
Matter of fact, forget you just said that, bro. Throw that trade in the trash.
Why would we need Stice though?
No,
We don't
I'm
need
using it as an
Theis.
example of why a third team has to get involved. Because if you trade a big for a big, the Cavs, the last thing they need is another big. That's why Drummond, partially why you don't want to play.
You know what they
They don't
need
need
to do?
another one. It's just an example. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. It's just
They need to
using that
send
as
Theis to
example.
the Rockets.
that
Because the
could
Rockets
happen.
want to go small ball. That's why they sent Cousins out of there. And I don't know why they want to go small ball, because small ball doesn't work at all. It's never ever
Right. It didn't
worked.
work last year.
Yeah, it didn't take them that far. The Cavs aren't gonna let go of a big just to get another big. They need a cool Seti Osman.
He is small forward.
He's not bad, but you can do better. If you can do better, try to get better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And have Seti off the bench, 6-man or whatever. I think that
But
works best for them.
Cavs do have great young talent. I think they're going to be nice in the future.
A lot.
Yeah. Because they have Colin. They have was it Gardner?
Garland.
Garland.
And Okoro.
Yep. I think Seti, he tough. He cool.
Seti is very inconsistent. I don't like Seti at all.
You got Osman too.
That's
Yeah,
Osman. Seti
He's
is Osman.
so inconsistent.
All right, guys. That's gonna wrap up the video. Thank y'all for watching this one. Stay safe and stay blessed, and we'll see y'all in another video.